You're listening to the Learn English Through Football podcast. Hello everyone, and welcome to the show for all those who love the beautiful game of football and who want to improve their English language skills. My name's Damon, and I'm talking to you from a cloudy and wet Tokyo again. It was the same story last week. I mustn't complain though, the week has been beautiful and sunny. I wonder what the weather is like in London. Damien.
Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. I am sitting outside in a very sunny and warm London the day before the FA Cup final, and I'll be giving my predictions later on in the show. It's been another really busy week in football. Congratulations to Barcelona after their victory at Espanyol gave them the title. They have played some wonderful football this season, and the opening goal in this game was scored by Lamine Yamal. What a wonderful strike it was.
Yes, it was a great result for Barcelona, and Lamine Yamal, like his team, has had a great season.
languagecaster.com의 선수전.
Yes, you are listening to Languagecaster, and that message was in Mongolian. And we will have a lot more messages like that coming up in different languages. I wonder if you can identify all the languages. We'll let you know what they are at the end of the show. Well, now on the show today, I'm going to be looking at the phrase to spare a player's blushes and vocabulary connected to this phrase. After that, Damien has his predictions for some big games this week. And we'll finish with a bit more information about how you can contact us, and we'll identify the languages used in our messages.
您现在听的是 languagecaster.com.
Okay, let's kick off with the main phrase for today's show. I was watching the highlights of the Chelsea versus Manchester United clash and heard this phrase used when Enzo Fernandez of Chelsea missed a really easy chance in front of goal. Cole Palmer had hit a powerful shot which was stopped by Onana, the Man United goalkeeper. However, the ball fell straight to Fernandez about 6 yards out with only the keeper to beat. The Chelsea player blazed his shot over the bar. He skied his effort. To sky a shot is to hit the ball high towards the sky, over the crossbar. Luckily for Fernandez, the flag went up for offside, so his miss didn't matter. This is when the commentator said the flag spared his blushes. People blush, their cheeks and face go red when they are embarrassed when they make a bad mistake. And to spare your blushes is to escape being embarrassed. Maybe your mistake isn't seen. Someone fixes your mistake, or in this case, the offside means the mistake doesn't matter.
지금 여러분은 languagecaster.com을 듣고 계십니다.
The reason Fernandez could have been embarrassed by his miss was because it was a very easy chance. An easy chance can be described as a sitter. Here is an example in the London Evening Standard describing a miss by Liverpool striker Núñez in a match against Aston Villa. Only Núñez knows how Liverpool did not go back in front in the 69th minute as he missed a sitter 3 minutes after coming off the bench. Szoboszlai raced through on goal and unselfishly squared for the Uruguayan at the far post, but he incredibly skied his shot with the net gaping. In this description, the striker also skied his shot, so he shot high over the goal. The net is described as gaping, meaning wide open. Núñez had a lot of the goal to aim for. So, we use to spare a player's blushes when an offside flag goes up after they miss an easy chance. A sitter is an easy chance, but we can also use to fluff a shot to mean miss an easy chance. To fluff something is to make a bad mistake, and you can say a player fluffed his or her shot or fluffed a chance when they fail to shoot on target and miss an easy opportunity.
Bạn đang nghe languagecaster.com.
Okay, next up we have our prediction section, and here's Damien with his thoughts on the FA Cup final as well as Arsenal versus Newcastle United, which could decide who finishes in third spot in the Premier League.
Right, it's FA Cup final weekend here in England, and it sees favourites Manchester City taking on Crystal Palace, who have never won a major trophy in their history. Palace easily defeated my team Tottenham last week, and they are in good form. I would love it if they managed to beat City. Why not? 2-1 to Palace, and one of my favourite players, Eze, will score the winner. There are also Premier League games this weekend, including the big one between Arsenal and Newcastle in the battle to reach Champions League spots next season. I think this will finish 1-1. There are my predictions for this week. What do you think will happen?
Thanks, Damien. Yes, what do you think, listener? For me, I'd love Crystal Palace to win and cause a big upset. We've already had Newcastle beating Liverpool in the League Cup earlier in the season, so another upset would be fun. I think it'll be 1-1 and then Palace to win on penalties. As for Arsenal versus Newcastle, I think Newcastle will be really up for this, while Arsenal may just be running out of steam. Maybe 2-1 to the Magpies.
พวกท่านกำลังรับฟัง languagecaster.com.
Right, remember to contact us via email at admin@languagecaster.com if you have any questions about the language of football or if you have some feedback on our podcast. Check out our website and explore our football language forum where you can ask and answer questions about all kinds of football language. There's also our huge glossary of football terms with hundreds of expressions, phrases, and cliches about the beautiful game.
Ikaw ay naminaw sa languagecaster.com.
Yes, you are listening to Languagecaster, and that message, or stinger, was in Cebuano. We also heard Mongolian, Chinese, Korean, and Vietnamese, all languages from Asia. Thanks everyone for listening this week. On this show, we looked at the phrase to spare a player's blushes, as well as a sitter, to fluff a shot, to sky a shot, and a gaping goal. Let us know if you hear these phrases in the football this week, or if you have similar expressions, but in another language. Enjoy all the football. Ta-ra!
Thanks everyone for listening. Enjoy all the football. See you next week. Bye-bye.